Bass players around the world, Detroit bass players. We hanging out in the BASSmint. That's BASSMINT. With another Detroit bass player. What's your name, sir?
Bartkowiak.
And what parts of Detroit do you reside in?
Livonia.
Livonia? Oh, that ain't too far from here.
Yeah, not too bad.
How you doing, bro? Nice playing there.
Doing great, thanks.
Welcome to the BASSmint. This your first time here?
It is my first time here.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that, y'all. We keep it real in the basement. We don't have to cut our cell phones off or nothing, right? We've even had lawnmowers going in the background before. So don't worry about that. That's just some other person over there, you know, hanging out in the basement. Yeah. Now, did you say your next name was what? What'd you say?
Jason.
Oh, okay. Okay, you just go by Jason?
Jay or Jason, either one. Get my attention.
All right. All right, well, we hanging out in the basement. Also, hoping to chime in on this interview with this fine bass player we're about to do. It's another Detroit bass player. Tell us your name.
Javon Adams.
Man, got a lot of bass in that voice, too, man. You sing?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right. We also have another bass player. Tell us your name, sir.
Rick Calloway.
Rick Calloway hanging in the basement, another Detroit bass player. Also hanging in the basement. Tell us your name, sir.
Reginald Canty.
And he's allowed not to have a bass in his hand because he has the whole basement in his hand. And we also have another Detroit bass player. Tell us your name.
Mike Nagy.
How you doing, Mike?
Pretty good.
And that ain't no bass, man. What is that?
Well, I'm a proud father here. I'm Jay's dad.
He's Jay's dad. Welcome, and look like you're doing a little photography there, right?
A little bit, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Since we doing an interview with your son, where could we find your video?
Wow, good question. I don't normally post, but I might be passing it off to you.
Okay. All right, yeah, put it on my Facebook page or something, man.
Cool.
And you know, my Facebook page is Big Ive Williams on Facebook, so you can post it there, or I can come hang out on your page, maybe find it, right?
Sounds great, yeah.
Okay, so back to your son. Well, you know what? I gotta ask you a question, Jason.
Yeah.
When did you start playing the bass, and why?
I started playing, I think it was around 3rd grade. And actually another Detroit bass player, Ken Braun, who used to play with my parents. I kind of looked up to him as a little kid and just kind of was drawn to the bass. And then I think I had my first lesson on my grandparents' porch with him before one of the gigs after I was helping them set up for a little while. So yeah.
3rd grade, so that put you around the age of 8, 9-ish, somewhere around there?
Something like that, yeah. I didn't play until like 7th or 8th grade a whole lot, but I always had a bass to fool around on.
Right, so you basically started dabbling at 8 or 9 and then really got good at what age?
Whatever 7th or 8th grade is.
Right, 12, 13,
yeah, 12,
14.
13, something like that, yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 19.
So you've been playing for, dibbling and dabbling for a good 10 years, but you've been playing for a good 5. Man, I can't do all this math. You got me adding some calculating and stuff. But anyway, you do it well, first of all. So now I met you, I think, at the Detroit Bass Day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure did.
And in front of Motown when we was taking that big old photo shoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was that your first time there?
That was my first time there. Yeah.
It was the third annual, but it was also my first time there as well. Now, what did you think about that?
I thought it was great. I thought it was really cool to just interact with bass players, you know? A bunch of them, usually around some keyboard players or guitar players, but just bass players is cool.
A funny thing is, I think, and me and you are actually in a picture together, posing together. Aren't we?
I think so, yeah.
That was kind of weird. You know, I like, okay, I didn't even know we was in the picture together. Your dad was like, hey, I just found a picture of you and my son posing together. So that's awesome. Now, and your dad, he plays keys, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But you still wanted that bass in your hand, right?
Still wanted that bass, yeah.
Okay, well, what have you been doing with it since? Let's talk about from then up until now. What you play with anybody?
Well, my parents actually have a band. We play a lot of weddings, corporate parties, stuff like that. So I've been playing with them for a year or two, something like that. Been taking lessons from Kurt Kroenke, Jim Simonson, Lamont Johnson, Max Janowski. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Dan Flisco, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, now that's some powerful.
Teachers, man.
Them some powerful teachers, ain't it?
Roundhousing, boy. Yeah, he sure is.
I'm dead serious. Them some powerful teachers that you just mentioned that. And you say you play with your parents now. What's the name of the band?
Rare Blend. You can find us at rareblendband.com if you want to check us out.
Oh, most definitely, we want to check you out. Do they ever let you get any solos?
Occasionally I'll get a bass solo. Not on the website, I don't think. But
You get bass players got to have at least one solo every now and then.
oh, yeah.
Last night.
Did we?
Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah, you had a solo last night.
I'm proud.
Okay.
Maybe Friday next week. I don't know.
Well, that's awesome, man. And what kind of music do you guys play?
Everything. Jazz, rock, funk. Everything really.
Any original music material?
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Do you write music? Are you interested in original material? You got your own bass lines you working on? That sounded original, by the way.
Yeah, that was original. I was just fooling around, kind of. But I've played with a few different bands that are original, but we've kind of broken up and all go in different places. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in an original band and stuff like that.
As such a young bass player, I think the youngest in this room. I hope I'm not insulting anybody, but in case y'all look old and you're younger than but as a young bass player, I remember when I was 19, and as a bass player, as a human being, I wanted to be a professional bassist and play around the world with professional musicians. How about yourself? What as a young bass player?
Yeah, well,
what's your goals, man?
my goals. Well, I'm actually a computer science major, along with a music technology major right now. So, kind of if the music takes me in a direction, I'll go with it. But I'm really liking the computer science at the same time. So just kind of different goals, trying to get a lot done, going to college and stuff. So.
That's awesome. My degree is in computer programming as well.
Oh,
so
cool.
they didn't want me to do music. They wanted me to do something what they call get a real job.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
But that's awesome. And so that's what your plans are. Mm-hmm. The music take you. That's awesome, man. Well, man, I ain't want to keep you, man. I just wanted to, find out, get all up in your business like I do here in the basement, find out about each and every single last bass player. Any other bass players in the house got any questions for this fine bassist? Javon?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what was your favorite bass player?
My favorite bass player? Oh, man.
Or either the top 5.
Put me on the spot.
Top 5 favorite bass player.
Well, Jamerson.
Another Detroit bass player.
Yeah. Jocko, of course. Lamont Johnson, I've been digging, especially now that I'm hanging out with him more.
Another Detroit bass player.
Oh, man. Pino Palladino, I'm gonna have to say. My dad just gave me that one. Forgot about it, but man, yeah, he's one of my favorites. I don't know.
Yeah, the top 5 is hard.
Yeah, top 5 is real hard.
I'll take the top 3. That's good.
Well, yeah, and it was a high percentage of Detroit bass players in that top 5. And of course, when you look back and watch this, all of them gonna pop up in your head then. I mean, that happens when you sit here in the hot seat. And man, anybody else got any questions for this fine bassist? Well, man, I appreciate you coming to hang out with us here in the basement. And I recommend that other bass players come and tell us your story, man. Come and hang out with us in the basement. And I know a lot of people say, well, when is it? Well, when it is when we post it. We'll post it up on Reggie's page on Facebook. We post it up on Detroit Bass Players on Facebook. That's where we post it at. So just take a look at that. And if you're a bass player and you haven't joined the page, please join the Detroit Bass Players page. There's a lot of stuff going on that page, man. A few of the instructors that you mentioned are on that page as well, are members. Are you a member of the page?
I think I am a member of the page. I will be. If I'm not, I will be after this.
Right. Okay, that's awesome, man. So y'all come on out here and hang out with us in the basement. Now, Jason, before I let you go, is there anything that you like to say in closing?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it pretty well.
Why don't you play us out, bruh?